Hi everyone, welcome to today's Introduction to Python 1 workshop recording. My name is Elena. I'm a fourth year accounting co-op student with a minor in computer science, and I'll be your Excel coach for this year. In this video, we will go over what is Python, the Anaconda setup, and Jupyter interface. First of all, what is Python? Python is a new but a fast-growing programming language. It is versatile, which means it can be applied to various industries, including data science, AI, and machine learning. It is friendly for first-time programmers because the interface is very clean and the code is readable and not complicated to set up. It is powerful because it can automate almost everything that Excel can do, but it can go above and beyond. I hope I have intrigued your interest to learn Python. Now let's move on to the IDE setup. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, which is a software that enables programmers to consolidate all aspects of writing a program. You can think of it as a Microsoft Word, where you can type down your ideas for a writing project. Now let's walk through the Anaconda installation. First, look up anaconda.com in your browser. Now click on download. I'm using a Mac, but if you're using Windows or Linux system, your respective installer will automatically pop up. After downloading the installation package, you should open it and click on to continue until the installation is successful. If you're using a Windows system and downloading for the first time, make sure to check the first box. Now you can open the Anaconda Navigator you just installed. You can see that there are so many IDEs within Anaconda. You may be able to recognize RStudio from COM 205, and there are also many other popular IDEs for other programming languages. However, for our workshop, we are going to focus on Jupyter Notebook. Now click on to launch and give it a few seconds for the terminal to run, and it will bring you to the web page. Now take a look at the folders on your current interface. You may be able to recognize many folders because they are exactly the same as the root directory of your local desktop. To create a folder, click onto the new drop box and then select folder. To rename the folder, select the folder, click on to rename, and then type the new name. Now we're going to click into the folder and let's create a Python file within it. Again, click on to the new Dropbox. Now select Python 3. It then brings you to the new Python file. Rename the Python file by clicking on to the name of the file, and then you can type in the new name. Click on rename. In the Jupyter Note interface, you'll be able to find the menu bar at the top, the toolbar below it, and the cells where you can type in your code. Now let's look at the File tab. Within the File tab, you can create a new notebook, make a copy, save the file, rename, and choose to save and checkpoint. Checkpoint enables you to recover your unsaved work in the event of an unexpected issue. For the Edit tab, you can choose your copier cells and paste yourself above, paste yourself below. You can also choose to delete your cells and split the cells into two. You can merge your cells below so it becomes a bigger cell. and many other options. In the View tab, you can try to customize your interface by toggling your header, your toolbar, and also your line numbers. But however, I'm going to keep interface as it is. Insert tab, you can choose to insert cell above or below. For Cell tab, this is a place where you can choose to run your cells. And for Kernel, it is a computation engine that executes the code contained in a notebook document. Sometimes you may feel that it takes too long for your code to execute. In this case, you may try to interrupt the execution under kernel. Under the menu bar, you can find the toolbar. It basically has the same functions as the menu bar, but it is laid out more easily for you to find different options. Now we are going to talk about cell types. In Jupyter Notebook, you can find 4 cell types, but the 2 we are going to focus on explaining are code cells and markdown cells. First is a code cell. A code cell allows you to edit and write new code. Now let's print the message "Hello World." The print function prints the specified message to the screen. When you run the cell, you'll get the message "Hello World." You can also get the message without the print function by simply typing parentheses and "Hello World." Python can also run numerical expressions. Now you run the cell, you'll get the result 3. You can also compare numbers, and you may be able to guess the output false. In order to change a cell into a markdown cell, you have to click on to Markdown. Markdown cell displays text, which can be formatted using Markdown language. To type a heading, you'll type hashtag, space, and your heading. Now you run the cell, you'll be able to tell it is in text, and it looks pretty different from the code cell. If you type 2 hashtags and space, you'll get your subheading. You can now run your markdown cell. Now we are going to run a quick demonstration of what you can expect to learn from the Python workshop series. Right now, you may find the code extremely overwhelming and you have no idea what they mean. Don't worry, we will dive into more details into data types, functions, and data frames. Then you'll find the code start to make sense. What the following demonstration Python file is doing is that it imported a population Excel file, manipulated the data using pivot table, and finally visualized the population growth trend in 5 selected countries using a line plot. Now let's run the cells. First, we imported the pandas library. Then we read the Excel file. Now let's take a look at our Excel dataset. After that, we use the head function to just look at the first 5 rows. Let's make a pivot table using our current dataset. First, we are going to drop all the null values to make sure that they don't contaminate our data. We are now making a pivot table using year, country, and population. We chose to just include 5 countries, including United States, India, China, Indonesia, and Brazil. Now, let's show the pivot table that we just created. We then need to visualize data by creating a line plot for the pivot table that we just created. And this is the line plot we got. Now you should be able to feel how powerful Python can get because it can automate almost everything that Excel can do.